Yeah, my folks, my parents live about 65 miles from here, and they already they good in good health and everything, but I can't go see them, because a few weeks ago people said, you really don't need to go down there and see your folks because you just don't put them in that because they're older, you know what I mean? And my in-laws, I can't go see them either. We can't go see them because of the same situation, you can't, and you see, they don't have, see, my folks, they don't do the FaceTime thing, you know what I mean? My in-laws don't do because they ain't got that type of phone. They don't know that kind of technology, so we can't see them. Lucky that he got his FaceTime thing there. I can see my son, my daughter almost every day if I need to, But I can't go see the parents, and so it's just like everybody in that same situation. You don't want to go see your parents or your elderly grandparents because they're too vulnerable of people to messing with right now with this thing going on like it is right now. It's just like I said, it's a mess. I talked to a girl down in North Carolina. I trained her. She said she had to get some counseling because she was just, it was taking a toll on her mentally. You know what I mean? Everybody process stuff
all
different.
About mental health.
Yeah, stuff different.
Definitely took a toll on my mental health. I know when I get when I feel like, oh my God, I can't take it no more, I will take a drive. I won't get out my car or anything like that. I'll just take a drive around, but just to get a little bit of air and to see a different scenery. But it definitely can take a big toll on your mental health, definitely, if you're not careful. Yep. And we definitely gonna have to stay prayed up and still believe God and trust him that, this thing won't touch us and touch our loved ones. I haven't allowed myself to grieve people that I've lost. It's been 3 people so far from this virus. And I won't allow it to get down inside. It's like I have a barrier up because it's not over. You know what I'm saying? And if, being that this thing is not over, anything can happen. And it could put you in a really dark place. It could put you in a really super dark place. And I choose not to go into that dark place. I choose not to. So I haven't allowed even the people that I love that has moved on and transitioned, I haven't allowed it to get into my heart because I can't right now. This thing is too big. Tomorrow something can happen, and the next day something. You know what I'm saying? It's here, and it's like, if I allow myself to take the time out to grieve right now, I may never come out of that because it's still going on and I won't be able to function. So I have kind of like a protector of my mental health and my emotions, how to deal with this right now. And so it may come off to some people that, oh, you're not taking it as serious. Yes, I am. I'm taking it very serious. Trust me. Mm-hmm. Or it may feel like you're oblivious to what's going on. No, I know exactly what's going on. It's just that I choose to not allow it to penetrate the heart because there's so much going on right now, and I don't want to go into a dark place. I just don't want to go into that dark place.
And that's why I say you don't need to keep looking at that stuff on TV every day because it's not good.
It's definitely not good. And it's so confusing. The TV is so freaking confusing. I mean, like, one minute we can do stuff, the next minute we can't. I'm like, what is going on? The one minute somebody's saying this and this. Just
and I said those people, I told my wife night before last, I said, all those nurses and doctors in the hospital, they're gonna help it. They're going through some traumatic stuff and it ain't really hit them yet. But when this stuff settle down and calm down, they're going to be going through some stuff mentally because that's worse than being in Vietnam somewhere. I mean, you sitting there every single day, you sitting people, and you're in New York, and they got, even though they don't slow down, they still had 500 some people died yesterday. So you talking about every day, 700 some people dying every day. To sit there and watch that stuff every day, it's got to do something to you mentally.
It gotta do something.
Yep.
I got people from high school I went to school with are gone. Yo, that's
Yep.
crazy to me. I got hairdresser friends. I have a hairdresser friend that has transitioned because he wanted to do a haircut at home.
Yep.
You know, at someone who wanted him to come, and you know, he went over there and did it, and then he ended up contracting it, you know, through that the person let them know a couple of days later that they did tested positive, and then he ended up passing on. A nice healthy guy, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, like good quality people who have futures are gone. Yo,
Yeah, that's why we have to be smart because, like I said, some of these customers, you think about what you might be doing to take precautions, but not all of them are doing that. You still got people on Facebook, you know, mad because, or why y'all walking around with masks on in the car? Why y'all got a mask on? And they're just like thinking you're crazy. And it's like, are you not paying attention? Like,
And if you ain't strong enough, they'll convince you to come in there and do the hair too. If you ain't
yeah,
strong enough. But they can't
I
convince me to
thank
come
God
in
for
there.
a husband. I'm gonna tell you that. I thank God for a husband because if it was my husband, he he's just like, no, you're not doing no hair right now.
yep.
Like, I don't care who asking you, you know. And I respect him as the head of our household and the man of our house. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
It is
it's
what it
not
is.
worth it. It's not.
No,
It's not worth it. I mean,
no.
as I said, you can, even if your credit get messed up, you can rebuild it. So, and you just tell me you ain't getting paid right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's right. So it's we're gonna get through this.
But a lot of the hairdressers are blinded by the money, you know, because I still hear a lot of them talking about, man, when we get back in the slum, y'all get ready for the rush. It's gonna be so. I said, don't keep on thinking it's gonna be such a rush. Now I keep telling y'all, you better get your stuff together. It ain't gonna be what you think it's gonna be. Don't think you're gonna go back in there and the door gonna be breaking down to get you in there. It ain't gonna be that way. And my thing is too, you that caught up in the money that you can't see the flip side. You know, you don't value your life. You know, you don't mind leaving your daughter, your son behind because you was money hungry, or leaving your sister, brother behind, or your mom, your dad, you know, because your significant other, because you just so money hungry, you got to go back in the slum and do work. You know, when you know what the problem is, that there were some styles in Georgia that said they ready to go. And I said, you got to understand that things are bad in Georgia, but you still want to go. You don't take the kind of risk. And when you get sick, then you all of a sudden now you want somebody to help you. I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't do
We'll
it.
definitely have to stay prayed up and stay unified in this thing, you know.
I told somebody the other day, I said, I go out of business first before I go back up there and risk my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It ain't worth it.
Yeah, I know Solar, where I am, the owner, basically he was like their landlord, you know, not giving them a break. It's just like, oh, well, business as usual. So that's why they had asked us to apply for the SBA loan or whatever, because he was like, you know, each person could possibly get 10,000 as long as you know, get it for business purposes. It had to go towards rent or whatever. So they would credit your account, but come to find out, the most everybody said, if they've heard anything, it's just been the $1,000.
But see,
Right.
what they don't do, they don't tell you everything, Regina. What they don't tell you is that, you know, they tell you can get $10,000, but what they don't tell you is that the SBA got stipulations on them banks about what they're gonna give you, and the amount of money you get is determined what's on your line 31, your Schedule C. If your Schedule C says such and such and such, that's what you're gonna get. If you took a loss last year on your Schedule C, well, guess what? You're not eligible. If you took a loss, you're not eligible. You know, and depending on what your line 31 says on your taxes. If you made $50,000, for example, and you had $35,000 worth of expenses, and you took that $35,000 from that 50,000, you had a profit of $15,000. They're gonna base that loan on that $15,000. They don't tell you that stuff when you tell you to apply for them loans. But see, them big companies like Ruth Chris ain't worried about that bottom line looking too small. They're gonna, because they got they got the kind of money. That's why they got the money, because they do big business with their banks and stuff. And the big people, the big money people are the ones the banks giving the money to. So it's a lot on the small but dotted line. They also don't tell you the fact that if you apply for that PPP loan and get it, well, guess what? That knocks you out for unemployment.
Yeah,
so
and that's why, yeah. Yeah.
Well, they tell you in Congress, Congress told me on the phone call that it has nothing to do with your credit or whether or not you file bankruptcy or not. But SBA got their own set of criteria. The SBA said you can say what you want to say. We judging this thing on your credit. We judging on whether or not you file bankruptcy. We judging on your bottom line. If you go to the SBA sheet and look at who's eligible, who's not eligible, and scroll down that who's not eligible. If you read them, file them, keep reading, you'll see where it says if you get this loan, it's going to affect your chance of getting unemployment. So you got to make a decision: do I want the unemployment or don't want this? Do I want this $2,000 or $3,000 you're gonna give me?
I ain't getting no unemployment anyway. So give me the loan. Give me the lump sum of money. I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, because we wondering, are we gonna? They said they're supposed to go back and pay you, from a certain date. But if you call, it's gonna hang up on you because so many people trying to get through. Yeah. So you don't even. I've only talked to somebody one time, and that was before the CARES Act had taken in effect. And she was like, "Well, we don't have the guidelines yet, so just keep calling." Because until we get the guidelines, there's really nothing that we can tell you. And even now that application has been done, they say, I think in 2 weeks, I guess you're supposed to get some type of award letter to tell you. So it's like, okay, so that's another 2 weeks. So that's going to be like 6 weeks with nothing.
6 weeks with nothing. Yep, exactly. 6 weeks.
And then they're going to take off the mandate to go back to work. I mean, and then even if you don't go, you still can't get the unemployment. That's insane. That's insane. Yeah. But it is a hard pull on your credit because I have the credit alert. I don't play with my credit. So when I saw that credit alert, I was like, who pulling my credit? I didn't apply for, when I went to go see who it was, I was like, wait a minute, who is this? Because remember, I told you I applied twice, and the second one didn't approve me. But the first one, I didn't know what happened because it wasn't like they give you an email confirmation that they got this application. I don't even know who are you? Where are you? It's crazy. So I'm still trying to. I had a dream that I got it though. That's weird. I had a dream. I was like, is this a dream? My car.
I sure like the dream.
It was a dream. Because this morning I was like, I got that loan. I must have been thinking about it so hard last night that I went to sleep on it because I
dream every morning that my phone done went off. The Wells Fargo done told me a check deposit, and I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Right. So no, it's not there, and I don't even think I'm gonna get. I'm gonna stay positive, but I don't know. And then you know what, Chuck, you're right, because honestly, with the things that they are saying that they're giving, providing and stuff like that, I have been concerned about what happens after this. Like, y'all want too much information. Y'all up in my business.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm gonna say this, then I gotta go, right? I'm gonna say what Regina said. A lot of people going out of business permanently. A lot of people gonna take a hit from this and ain't gonna recover. And some people gonna be really struggling. People gonna be losing their houses and stuff because the mortgage company's screwing you over too. So it's like it's just a bad thing. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna say this, and I gotta go. Look, I called the mortgage company because I said, look, I can pay my mortgage, but if I can get a forbearance on it, if I get a deferment for 3 months, I'm gonna take it. And then that mortgage money I got, I can pay some other small stuff on, like hospital bills on that, So I called and I thought I was hearing it later on, but she was right, because I asked her 2 or 3 times. She repeated herself, so I know she knew what she was talking about. So I said, look, they said you can put your mortgage payment off for 3 months, and you got 3 ways you can pay it back. You can either pay it back all in one lump sum, which they ain't gonna happen, because if you had the money to pay all in 3 lump sum, you would have been deferred in the first place. Or the second way you get it, you can spread out over monthly payments. Or the last way you can get it, you can put those 3 payments at the end of the loan, which is one I was going to choose. So she said, if you take the loan and put it in, take the money and put it in the loan, here's what's going to happen. So they'll take the money, put it in the loan, and then and redraw your mortgage back up to 30 years again. So I said, well, look, what if I got a 30-year mortgage and I done paid on 10 years, and I only got 20 years left of my mortgage? She said, well, if you take those 3 months and put it in your loan, we'll take that 20-year mortgage and turn it back into a 30-year mortgage. I said, okay, let me ask another question. I said, well, what if I paid my mortgage for 20 years and I got 10 years left on it, and I want 3 months deferment? How you do that? She said, we put on the end of the month on end of your loan, and we take that 10-year loan, we turn it back into a 30-year loan. I said, you done lost your mind. I said, how is that helping us?
I'm going to go definitely.
You're going to take my whole 10-year loan mortgage and turn it back into a 30-year loan and get paid 3 more times.
Wow.
You're going to get 3 times the money. And then Virginia Credit Union, told me I could defer my payment for 2 months because I got, a hefty loan with them, for years back. And so I thought I was getting good. So they sent me a letter the other day. They said decline it. They said, well, call one of our partners and they can maybe help you. I said, okay, fine, no problem. I called them yesterday and the lady said, she said, well, sir, we don't have access to your account. What we can do for you, though, we can counsel you on your credit. I said, I don't need no freaking credit counseling. I said, look, I pay my bill every month on time. I said, I was affected by the pandemic. I said, I just needed for deferment for 2 months because I'm out of work right now. I said, but I pay my bill every single month. I said, that's an insult to me for you to tell. So I hung the phone up, and I called Virginia Credit Union back. I said, look, y'all you should be ashamed of yourself. I said, I pay you. I said, look at my file. I pay you on time every month. And you're going to send me to a credit counseling place because I need some help? I said, y'all ain't trying to help me. So you know what? The banks don't care. The mortgage company don't care. Don't nobody care about what you're going through, So you just got to fend for yourself. But like I said, a lot of people, like that dude in Florida, huge salon, he had to shut it down permanently because the landlord won't give him a break. The landlord evicting him. Now, he done put all this time and money and years in that business, and now he done lost his whole entire business. And a lot of other businesses going to do the same thing. They're going to I rode down the whole street this morning going to the store. I got up this morning at 6:30, 47, going to Walmart to get some things because I don't want to deal with that crowd eating because I know it's even not going to be the store nowhere. I go down the street, and East Coast service station boarded up. Got boards on the building. People going out of business.
And that's why the president wants to open back up the country so fast because the economy is crashing right now. And so it ain't even about our health. That's why I say it's about money and it's about power.
But even if they open the government back up, everything back up in there, some of it is still gonna go out of business because first of all, ain't nobody buying no gas, ain't nobody going nowhere.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Ain't nobody going nowhere, so that's why the gas station. Then on top of that, the gas prices are going down. And if you got a Sam's Club card or a Costco card, you get gas there for about $1.35.
That's true. Because honestly, I think I filled up my car 2 weeks ago. And I still got more than a half a tank of gas.
Yeah. I just go to the gas station and fill up, or sometimes I might throw $20 in there because I'm being cheap, right? I won't fill up because I fill up and keep on driving. I done got to the point now I put $10 in that boy and ride for 2 weeks because I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
I park my car. I might go to the grocery store on Saturday, or Friday night on Saturday. That car might not move, might not pull out the driveway again to maybe Wednesday, 4 or 5 days later, because I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Everybody doing the same thing.
Right.
Same here. And the one good thing about it is being an introvert, being in the house is not such a big deal. All I got to do a little FaceTime, I'm good. It's not that serious.
And when you look at the option, when you look at the alternative, you say, well, it's easy to stay in the house now because I can go out of the house and kill myself, or I can stay in the house and be safe.
Right.
So
right.
I'd rather stay in the house.
Yeah.
I don't even go to the mailbox.
Ricky, put your camera on.
I don't go to the mailbox, man. I just like
I can hear you.
let my wife get them when she come home from work. I ain't going to the mailbox. I don't go to work.
I tell you, my husband's the same way. He don't like to go to that mailbox. I go to the mailbox and be like,
I tell him,
mail up in there. I'm like, nobody.
I tell him at the salon the same thing. I said, I don't go to the mailbox at the salon unless I know I got a check coming. If I got a show paying me some money for a show I did or something, or somebody paying me some, and I know I got a check coming, I'm gonna go to that mailbox every day. If I ain't got no check coming, that mail will pile up to the top. I ain't going out there. Because he's not gonna be there with some bill or some magazines.
I view mine every day, sign up to view it, and I see what's coming. If it ain't nothing important, like I said, whatever, unless my son go out there.
Us women, we're gonna go to that mailbox. We're gonna go look through that mail. We're gonna go to that mailbox. Before all this happened and I would go out of town and let's say I'll go away for a couple of days, I would come back, all the mail is still in the mailbox.
Yeah. I swung by the salon. Saturday. My wife, I had to get my oil change in my car because my light had been coming on for the last 3 weeks. I said, you know what, I need to go get this oil change, you know, and I didn't want to go up to the place because I didn't want to go inside. So I went up there and dropped the car and left it. So I said, look, swing me by the salon and get the mail. I said, because I just realized I haven't been to the salon and get the mail in almost 4 weeks. I said, I know the mail is piled up because what was happening was that every day, every 2 or 3 days at the salon, I got this many magazines in the mailbox. I've been getting magazines free for 20 years. I ain't never paid for a magazine. I get every magazine known to man, Ebony, Essence, I mean, whiteboard magazine. I don't care what kind of, I get magazine. That's all in the mailbox. I said, let me go into the mail. I don't want the mailman to come down there and he can't get no mail in the mail because it's piled up with magazines, you know. That's the only reason I went by there, you know. Other than that, I wouldn't went by there. I just said, let them stay there because I ain't got no check coming.
You know what? It's so funny. I haven't been back either. I packed up my car. When we didn't have like a big, you know, they didn't give us much time, you know, when we got, and honestly, the reason how I got a heads up is because my girlfriend in North Carolina, they had got emails saying that as of midnight tonight, there's no more salon, you know, we got to shut down or whatever. And I was like, what? They're not giving us no time to like figure it out or nothing. I was like, oh my God. So because I got that update, I got that from her, it came down to us 2 days later. So when I went to work, I was like, listen, as of this day, I'm shutting down. I'm not going to be here. You know, if you're trying to come in, you should come in now. You know, you should make your appointments now and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I packed up all my stuff. I'd say I have packed up about 70% of my stuff. I put in my car, in my trunk, my backseat. And my stuff, I have things in the garage, and I have things in my trunk, just sitting there. And then because I, you know, was going to the different facilities, the nursing homes, somebody got my number. Of course, the older ladies, they're calling, could you come give me? No, I'm not coming. Y'all don't want me to put you at risk. You're in a nursing home. I'm not putting you
especially not on nursing home.
at risk.
Especially not nursing home.
Yeah.
But I just carry a bunch of all my stuff is still in the car. I said I was going to go back to go get the rest of the stuff. I haven't been back to the salon since March 23rd. I haven't gone back. I need to go get my refrigerator.
Well, I'm in the shop right now.
And I heard they turn off the water and the lights in the salon.
Yeah, they turn the water off at solar.
Your salon
Really?
is connected to mine. I think my salon plaza, they did okay. I think because one, they gave us the option before the governor give the mandate. They gave us the option to not work and come out the salon temporarily and to stop paying it. So I thought that was cool because I was like, how you know, like what are we doing? You know, how does it work? And then said that they was going to give us a week together before they started. So I thought that was, you know, I was like, okay, on a little bit. And you know, I just don't know. I'm gonna be very honest, and I don't even know if I should say this on live because I'm on live right now. But to be very honest, I'm debating what I'm doing. Like, am I going back? Should I go back to the plaza? I have a girlfriend who have a salon. Maybe I should go with her because it'll be a lot less for me trying to go back and try to, because we don't know what our clientele is going to look like coming back.
Yeah, that's the thing.
We don't know, and that's real rap. We don't know what our clientele is going to look like. We could be booming and packed, but then, like I said, a lot of my clientele, I have a lot of standing of clientele that are elderly.
Mm-hmm.
So, because elderly people, they like standing appointments. They like to know they're coming in this time on this date every
Yep.
2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So I have a lot of standing appointments that I feel like I'm going to lose, and so I don't know what it's going to look like when I come back. So therefore, I'm trying to be proactive with doing other stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make sure I'm doing my retail, making sure I'm working on some other projects that I had wanted to work on before. And I don't, somebody said it's going to be booming. It may going to be booming for barbers. I think it might be booming for y'all, more barbers than stylists. You think so? Because somebody just said that. They said that they feel like it's booming. I feel like nah, I don't feel like it's gonna be booming. I feel like people are gonna be careful and they're not sure. They're gonna be nervous. They're gonna be watching what you're doing. I feel like it's gonna be a little shaky in the beginning. I feel like it's gonna be a little shaky. And then when people come back in, we got to make sure that they're safe too.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to provide masks on the side, have extra stuff. I feel like, or we're not gonna
just
be able
in case, yeah.
client. Like, I don't want to send you away because you don't have a mask and you are a $200 client, but I don't want to put my health at risk at the same time. So therefore, I need to have some things on hand. And so that's when I had mentioned before in the interview that, like in our hair group, some of the people were saying, should we charge a sanitation fee for masks and things like that? I don't think people are gonna have the money like that coming back. I think that we're probably doing a lot of sales, maybe blowout specials and whatever we do, what we specialize in. I think that we probably gonna have to do some sales and stuff to come back in.
Or you just have to raise the price. Yeah, I mean, just, not really call it a sanitation fee.
I don't think we can raise the price right now. If you think about it, if people been out of work and we raise the price, how are they gonna pay to get their hair done like that? Like, I feel like we all even right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like an even kind of ground. Like, we know what it feels like because we've been out of work and we haven't gotten unemployment and protection and income and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's people who are also non-essential workers who's been out of work and now they got to go back to work, and so now they got to get their stuff groomed, but they don't have a lot of money to spend like that either. So I don't know if we can raise.
I think if it's not like a large fee, but I think all of us, we got to sit down and really add it up, because if you're adding an extra $200 in just sanitation stuff alone a month, 200 times another year, that's a lot of money. So whether it has to be an extra $3, $5, whatever, I mean, you're gonna have to account for, or you're gonna take a bigger hit on top of being out of work.
Yeah, that is definitely.
Most people, when they want to get their hair done, they want to get their hair done.
The show right now is coming down to a wind down. And before we go, I would like each and every one of you to tell people how they can get in contact with you, to whether they book or to hit your website or for your business. And Regina, you can start off by letting everyone know how they can get in contact with you and to schedule if they need to further down the line.
All right. Well, you can reach me. My website address is www.wonderwomanofhair.com. You can reach me on IG and Twitter at QueensWorld208. And on Facebook, my salon name is La Vida Nova Salon. And also my personal page is Regina Bailey Newby. So those are my social media handles. And always look for the hashtag Wonder Woman of Hair. If you want to know anything about my work, just hashtag Wonder Woman of Hair.
Hashtag Wonder Woman of Hair. And Regina, what kind of hairstyles do you specialize in? What kind of?
I specialize in bridal updos and natural hair blowouts.
Amen. Awesome. I'm going to come to you with my natural hair. And Chuck, let us know how everyone can reach you.
Well, they can contact me. They can get in touch with me at my website. That's chuckcaple.com. All of my social media handles are Chuck Caple, except for Instagram is Chuck Caple Official. You know, in the business like I do, your name is everything. So I mean, so everything is just cut and dry. Chuck Caple. So you reach me that way. My online school is chuckcaplehairschool.teachable.com. That is chuckcaplehairschool.teachable.com. And so you can get anything from me at any of those places, you know, all my social media handles, the website, and whether it be my books or my classes. My retreat is Hairdressers Empowerment Retreat. That's also on my website if you want information about that, on my social media pages as well. And so that's basically how you can contact me.
Awesome. Ricky Ward, how could we get in contact with you?
Yeah, all my social media handles are just Ricky Ward, and my website is redefinedhairschool.com.
Ricky
Hair School.
thought he worked in a juvenile farm. But so Ricky Ward. I'm scared of you.
Ward.
That's it. That's a scary name.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so I'm super happy that you guys tuned in today. I want to thank you for tuning into the Sabrina Marie Show. It's been awesome. We had a great panel today, and they brought their expertise to us. I also want to make sure you guys check out the Sabrina Marie merchandise and my new line, Brutality, and it's so fitting right now, and it's about unity. Our statement is, standing strong is never wrong, fiercely united, never divided. We commit to unify. That's how we fight brutality. Brutality is a line about unity and sticking together, and it's so fitting in this time. I have different items for it. You can go on the website to check it out. This is one of the book bags, Brutality. You have this, see the symbol down here. You see the afro, Brutality. This is about unity. And it is coming forth now. I'm letting people know that we need to stick together. Brutality is about unity, and it is available on the website. We have shirts, we have clothing. There's a symbol on the back as well. And make sure you go check it out. Thank you once again for tuning in to the Sabrina Marie Show. I definitely feel like there's a lot of individuality in the beauty industry. Everybody is wanting to do it for themselves, and there's a lot of Indians and a lot of people is just running rapid in the industry. Everybody's trying to do their solo thing and trying to build their empire and stuff like that. And it has gotten to the point where regular salons where you can have 5 stations in do not survive, because nobody wants to be in the salon full of people anymore for some reason. It is not even the way that salons are surviving anymore. Everybody wants to go into their individual space, cut off from everybody else, and be their own boss. Yeah, everybody does want to be their own boss. And nobody wants to listen to anybody because they feel like the next person is going to be too big or whatever. They feel like whatever they got going on in their mind of what they think about that person. So I feel like there is a lot of individualizing in the industry, and it came full strength around this time. Like, it's crazy that I feel like we can't get on one page. I was very surprised though with the group that I had that is on the same page of staying home just a little longer. I was very surprised to see that. That's a good thing. And to see other stylists around in different states like Atlanta and Georgia, because, you know, they're opening up. I think Atlanta opened up Friday. Yeah, they're opening up as a Friday, I think. And some of the top celebrity stylists and top people in the industry has come forward and put out there that they are not going back yet, that they feel like it's too soon. And so that gives other stylists who look up to those people to say, okay, you know, maybe I shouldn't be going back, because we need those people to stand up and talk. And that's why I wanted to bring some people who are in the industry on as well. And I'm probably going to do it again. I'm probably going to do it again and hit some people from other states, or not just being here in Virginia, but in other states as well, on how to move forward with this going back. It's hard. I feel like, do I have much of a choice? I feel like my choice is slim. I feel like I'm blessed. God is good to me. That I could stay home a little longer, you know, a little longer. I feel blessed. I feel, you know, that I could do that. Maybe I don't even know why I'm concerned, but I am concerned about my other stylists that are not in a position to take off the time, because I know, like, I really had a meltdown. For my people, for my peers in the industry. I really did have a meltdown. I'm like, oh my God. I said, what if I wasn't the type of person who hadn't been through anything, who don't have a support system at home, where I have to go back to work and put my life in danger? Like, literally, I'm looking at the fact, like, okay, what if I'm not married? I have kids. What if I'm a single parent, have children, and my job is in this field, and I built up enough clientele where I could sustain and take care of my household. I'm paying taxes and everything. But then I'm put in a position where I got to choose life over work, and I don't have no support system at home. I think about that. I think about my peers like that. I think about them because everybody don't have a husband or a wife at home. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't have 3 to 6 months saved up in their account. Everybody don't have those things. I'm like, man, like, what could we do to help these people? Like, what could, you know, it's a concerning thing. Let me see what you said, Emmanuel, because you writing a lot. You know, I can't see nothing. Where my glasses at? Now you're gonna make me put on my glasses in front of people. Okay, let's see what you're saying. Okay, what I'm saying is there are too many booth rental staff. We really have to come together and hire people and become businesses and companies. We can help more people if we all put our money together and build one huge conglomerate of shops. I watch sport clips, great clips, and all those other types of salons getting the growth, and we continue to have the system that they have. If we put all our money together in a pot and build a corporation, whether it's barbershops or beauty salon, we can rule, because 10,000 a piece time 3 is 30, but 10,000 alone is just 10,000. Speaking of, I hear you. Emmanuel, I definitely hear you. I definitely hear you. And yeah, we do have the disadvantage of not having money like that, so we can be able to do those things and to create corporations. And a lot of those companies that you are mentioning, they're really just taking advantage of some people, some of us, us. And I get what you're saying, and we should stick together. It's just, how do you get us to stick together? That's the thing. A lot of us is not trusting with their money, never had a lot of money, and for them to trust to put it all together, and then it just, everybody got to get on the same page. So I definitely get what you're saying. And yeah, we do need to do some things to come together, to work in business. We definitely need to do that. We definitely need to do that. And if there's some groups of people, maybe we should start something. It's just like, how do you get people to trust though? How do you do that? I don't know. You can barely get people to support you locally with things that you're doing, because they're so afraid that you're going to get rich off of them, and don't realize that you're doing it for the community, and you're doing it for them, and you're trying to put economic development in place, and start to develop programs that we own as people. How do you get people to be a part of? I don't know, because I know I had tried doing that for a long period of time, and I find it to be very difficult to get people to unify when it comes to stuff like that. And thank you for watching the Sabrina Marie Show. We had an awesome panel today. I'm so glad you guys tuned in. And remember, never let them see you sweat.